Welcome to EDU World Space.
Alright, so here's the problem 88 for chapter 19. And in this question, we're going to decide whether delta H and delta S are positive or negative, or about 0 for each of the following process. Part A, a solid sublimes. So sublimation means a compound goes from solid to its gas phase. So solid goes to gas requires absorption of heat, and if it absorbs heat, it's an endothermic reaction. So delta H is positive. Also, there are more degree of freedom in gas compared to solid. So the entropy of the system increases. So delta S is also positive. Part B, we have temperature of a sample is lowered from 60 to 25. So temperature goes from 60 to 25 degrees. When temperature cools down, the sample will release heat. Releasing heat means it's an exothermic process. An exothermic has delta H negative. Also, by lowering the temperature, the molecules are less movable, so the entropy of the system decreases. We'll have a delta S also negative. Part C, an alcohol evaporates from beakers. So evaporation means a compound goes from its liquid state to gas. So liquid to gas, the evaporation requires to absorb heat. It's also an endothermic reaction, so delta H of this process is positive. Gas has more degree of freedom compared to liquids, so the entropy of the system also increase. So delta S of this process is also positive. Part D, we have diamond molecule dissociates into atoms. So diamond to carbon atoms. So we know that diamond carbons are connected to other 4 carbons in a tetrahedral formula. And when it's breaking the bonds, you need to absorb heat. Breaking those carbon-carbon single bonds, you need to absorb heat, and this is an endothermic process. So delta H is positive. Also, you're forming the free carbon atoms, so the molecules will have more freedom to move around. The entropy of the system increases. So delta S of the process is also positive. Last one, E, a piece of charcoal is combusted to form water and CO2. So this is a combustion. For a combustion process, the reaction is exothermic. So exothermic means that the delta H is negative. Also, the combustion, initially it has solid, and after the combustion you are forming gas CO2 and liquid water. So the degree of freedom has increased. As a result, you will have a delta S positive number.